looked at yourself in the mirror, seen your really thin eyebrows, thin lips, barely any makeup on, and thought to yourself, man, I am really ugly. So ugly that I should just lay in my own filth and binge watch Love Island. But the reality is, that's not really true. I mean, just look at these top celebrities, Kate Moss, Naomi Campbell, and Winona Ryder. They have the natural and most beautiful features that everybody today is trying to erase by plumping up their faces filled with filler. So what's actually changed? Don't worry, we're gonna unravel all of the madness together. From 90s heroin chic all the way to the 2020s with the Kardashian lookalike army, I'm gonna spill the tea on all the surgeries, the trends, and the questions that you've been asking. How did we swing from super thin lips and super thin eyebrows all the way to massive eyes, big lips, and massive perfect booties in what seems like 2.5 seconds? And here's the wild part. If you've scrolled at all on TikTok or Instagram the past 24 hours, then you've probably seen 3 girls all with the same plumped lips, winged eyeliner, and beautifully chiseled cheeks. It's borderline robotic, right? Like the fembots from Austin Powers. But turn back the clock maybe 30 years and the idea of being hot meant, well, the complete opposite. In the 90s, it was all about this effortless, I didn't even try, I woke up in my Calvin Kleins and I just naturally look like this. Now, this begs the question, are these trends even real? Or are we just chasing illusions that are gonna switch up on us faster than Kylie Jenner's product launches? That's the tea. Everybody buckle up because we're about to spill all of the tea and it is about to be a wild ride. Now, let's take a wild stroll back to the 90s, my personal favorite era of music. Hello 90s grunge, hello Nirvana. I had a big obsession. And also a time where brown lipstick was something that everybody was wearing. Let's go through what the 90s face originally looked like. We saw the trend of razor thin eyebrows to the point where moms would be so terrified if their daughters were going into the bathroom with a pair of tweezers because they knew those eyebrows were never coming back. It was also the surgence of the matte lip look. Hello, every single rom-com star from Jennifer Aniston all the way to the girlie from Seinfeld. It was a dusty mauve or a brick brown lipstick that was lined around the lips, that was almost in like a circle shape. It was never even blended, but it was all the rage. But it wasn't really just your makeup. It was that every single celebrity and star and actor that you saw on TV was all outrageously skinny. Think Kate Moss's very infamous heroin chic, which is very problematic now, but was very in at the time. POV being born in the 80s, 90s and wondering why you've never been able to love your body.
Now it looks like Jess is enjoying a whole lot of Southern cooking.
The way you dress and stuff, I don't think you're aware that you're a heavy-set woman. So I was guessing your weight.
I still look like a shop girl.
I know what you're saying, that
What am I saying?
I'm overweight,
You are.
basically.
You really are.
This journey, become a better role model for your 3-year-old daughter.
She wants to be fit and healthy like her mum.
You guys, that's exactly what it was like back then. It was the constant talk about body image and what your body looked like if you were big or you weren't big. I remember the reality TV show The Swan, where they literally transformed these women who didn't look bad at all into becoming more like the beauty standard. And it was just a whole level of toxic that we'll never fully be able to understand. When you're recovering and see that heroin chic body from the 90s and 2000s is becoming the next body trend. And back then, a large portion of the beauty standard was, I just naturally look like this. I don't have to do anything to look this hot. I don't have to get anything done. I'm just naturally this gorgeous. When the reality was, in Hollywood, everybody from every quarter was getting nips and tucks all around. They just didn't talk about it. A little brow lift here, a little boob job there, nobody would know. But then if you ask them what they did, they would just say it's good genes and a really healthy diet. With any medical procedure, there's always risk. But what happens if something goes wrong due to negligence? Who's there to protect you? What if you're in the operating room for a facelift and due to a slip up, a nurse accidentally damages a nerve in your face, leaving you with permanent facial weakness? Navigating the aftermath of a medical mishap can be extremely overwhelming. Traditional injury firms often make it harder with endless paperwork, time-consuming processes, and the headache of scheduling appointments. That's why it is so important to have somebody on your side who understands these challenges and makes the process as smooth and transparent as possible. That's where Morgan & Morgan comes in. As America's largest injury law firm, they have over 1,000 attorneys operating in all 50 states. And when you're seriously hurt, your injury could be worth millions. Morgan & Morgan don't settle for lowball offers. They fight for every dollar you deserve. Just recently, they achieved some significant verdicts for their clients. $12 million in Florida, that is 34 times the highest insurance offer. And $26 million in Philadelphia, which was 40 times the highest insurance offer. With Morgan & Morgan, there is no upfront cost, and the fee is absolutely free unless you win. And it only takes a few minutes to find out if you have a case. If you've ever been seriously injured, your case could be worth millions, and you're only a few clicks away from potentially changing your life. It's so easy to start your claim now. You can visit forthepeople.com/Lael in the description, or simply scan the QR code on the screen here with your phone's camera. Thank you so much to Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring this video. I mean, just look at these OG tabloids from back then. If the press even got a whiff that you had recently gotten plastic surgery, you would be blasted in the tabloids for weeks. Plastic surgery of the stars. Do they or don't they? Here's an inside report on the miracles, mishaps, and the real risks of looking forever young. Oh. Or how about this one? Has TV plastic surgery gone too far? 16 women, 151 medical procedures. Is this a good thing? The Swan controversy. Exactly. Then nostalgia came around and just completely slapped us in the face. The 90s revival really started creeping in around the late 2010s. Low-rise jeans were popping up everywhere. Slip dresses were back to take their revenge. Before we knew it, you've got Gen Zers who weren't even alive in the 90s pulling on mom jeans and calling them vintage. I mean, I was born in the 90s, but like 97, so I don't remember it that clearly, but boy, do I remember the 2000s. Making an outfit inspired by the 90s. Comments let me know, did she pull it off? Is this giving 90s or is this giving a Gen Z or Gen Alpha trying to be 90s? Oh my God, 90s makeup tutorial. Okay, that entire Pamela Anderson look is just, it's always been good. There's never been a moment where like this kind of look isn't super striking and gorgeous. I don't even think you have to really call, it's just beautiful. And she also is like slaying it. Oh my gosh, but especially with the entire resurgence of Pamela Anderson, people finding her old pictures, her and her new TV shows. It's like everybody wanted to look like that. Everybody was recreating her updo, doing her makeup style, everything. 90s outfit inspo. Oh, okay, we love a baggy jean. Oh, I think this is giving very much 90s. Love the 90s style so much. Kim K in the 90s. Yeah, actually, those pictures of Kim K in the 90s. When all of this started to resurface, everybody was dying to recreate these looks, but we're gonna get back to that in just a second. Because the real question is how the 90s face is squaring off with what I would like to call the Instagram face of today. First of all, for anybody that doesn't know, what in the world is Instagram face? I'm sure we can all put it together. Well, first you need big plump lips. We can thank or blame Miss Kylie Jenner for that. Dang you, Kylie, and your lip fillers. Gone are those pencil thin lines. Now they are fluffy, feathered, and plump lips. And if you can't like cut a piece of paper with your squared off jawline, do you even exist? Because you need a chiseled jaw, you need a very contoured nose, you need very flawless, perfect skin, and plus brownie points to you if your cheeks are absolutely popping.
Have you ever wanted to look like a beauty filter? I know I can't be the only one. I want to talk about Instagram face. It's a look inspired by beauty filters on social media that aim to increase your conventional attractiveness. Gia Tolentino wrote about the age of the Instagram face in the New Yorker in 2019. She describes it as a young face, of course, with poreless skin, plump, high cheekbones, cat-like eyes, and long cartoonish lashes. It has a small, neat nose and full, lush lips. It's important to note that these filters are not a universal perception of beauty, but through the steady exposure and intimate use of these filters, you might unconsciously assimilate these filters into your mind as what beauty looks like to you.
And then with the mention of Instagram face, we have to talk about surgeries, besties. Now, while the 90s was all hush-hush about a boob lift or a lipo, literally the 2010s are basically a buffet of beauty tweakments. And I mean, every influencer at this point pretty much has a perfect hourglass body, and we know that didn't come from squats, sweetie. No, ma'am. These procedures are so normalized now, I'm pretty much getting ready to get a buy one, get one free lip filler coupon in my mailbox anytime soon. It's a wild ride out here. Not to mention these TikToks I'm about to show you all include discount codes to get fillers at the med spas that they go to so they can give you a discount. So you can go and get fillers where the influencers are getting fillers. This is crazy.
Come with me and mommy to Rowe Plastic Surgery in the Upper East Side. We come here all the time, girlfriends. We love it. And today we are here for mom's third session of True Sculpt. Hi, Scarlett. She's so cute. So True Sculpt permanently eliminates body fat. So my mom's getting it underneath her chin. You guys will see where
permanently eliminates body fat. The caption says the gals are back. Check back for mom's final results and use code Sydney20 for a discount, girlfriends. That begs the question, how in the world did these beauty standards shift so drastically? I mean, it makes sense when clothing standards change. I don't expect girlies to be strutting down the street in the mall wearing corsets from the Victorian era, even though some of the girlies today do that. But it is kind of crazy that within a span of a few years, we've flipped what we consider beautiful right on its head. So how does that even happen? Well, part of it is the massive boom of social media and technology. We didn't have ring lights, Facetune, or face filters back in the 90s, and the celebrity process was far far more remote. You would see them on TV or in movies, but rarely would you ever see their faces as close up as you can look at somebody today on social media. The scariest part is 90s actors and celebrities would never have to worry about 4K cameras or HD iPhone cameras everywhere they went. You could hide a subtle nose job from some careful angles. Just don't go out for a little while. But now your grandma can see your entire brow lift in real time on her iPad. Get off the iPad, grandma. If you're not posting daily selfies or IG stories all the time of every single angle of your face, do you even have a personal brand? The pressure is very real. If you go so far as even showing your natural face, you could get slammed with all the comments saying, girl, you're looking really tired. I mean, just take a look at this comment under this TikTok video of this girl showing her freckles. These are my freckles before the sun. These are my freckles after, which I just want to say I love freckles so much. Like they are so adorable. Like, can we just, hence the fake freckle trend? Everybody wanted them. Don't know what it is about freckles, but everyone who has it seems dirty to me. Sorry, it's just how I see it. That is literally so mean. Like, she's literally showing her freckles and somebody's like, you look dirty. Thanks. Meanwhile, the moment that you post yourself with a filter on, you're called fake. The 90s just didn't have that level of scrutiny. You could go out, have a couple questionable eyebrow days, maybe you plucked them too thin, and it wouldn't be broadcasted to 2 million followers. Not everybody would be in the comment section talking about how ugly you are now. Unless the paparazzi found out, and you guys don't want to know what would happen when the paparazzi would find out. It would be doomsday. Now we have 15-year-olds today walking around with better contour than 90s supermodels. What happened? Well, it all leads back to money and influencer marketing. In the 90s, if you saw a model in a magazine, they could be rocking some sort of incredible Chanel runway piece. Now, every single influencer that you could possibly see has their own brand. Lip kits, skincare lines, hair care lines, clothing lines, and even, not to forget, vodka seltzers. So the modern era is not just about having a perfect face, it's about monetizing every square inch of your look. Just look at Kylie Jenner. Her TikTok page literally only exists to promote all of her dozens of products. Could you imagine Kate Moss hawking Kate's collagen shots back in 1996? It just wasn't a thing back then. You just didn't have your own product left and right. She was a model. So because of that, because of the money and the opportunity and what it brings, people are jumping to hop on that Instagram look. And then in turn, they try really hard to sell you all of their products. Do you need more chiseled cheekbones? We have a bronzer for that. Do you need a lipstick that matches your exact skin tone? We have a product for that. Do you need a more defined face? Buy my face tape. Back in the 90s, you might have been influenced and saw Pamela Anderson with her very, very cool and edgy barbed wire tattoo and go, I kind of want to do a edgy, cool tattoo myself. But now it's, oh, Kylie Jenner launched a brand new lip kit and I feel like I need an entirely new mouth just to match up to these new beauty standards. The scale is so incredibly different. People's individual faces are trending now more than ever. A single Instagram post or a TikTok can actually create a global shortage of a lip gloss shade. The celebrity to fan pipeline is instant. And that's how these trends explode and die way faster than we can even blink. This excessive marketing is pushing the Instagram face more and more into the mainstream. Meanwhile, the natural 90s face is constantly being pushed into the background. And I'm not saying that this is a new thing. This has been happening for centuries. Beauty trends have always swung like a pendulum. At one point, we are extremely obsessed with Roman noses. Hello, Cleopatra. Next, we're completely obsessed with the thin flapper lips of the 1920s. Fast forward to the 1950s hourglass, to the 70s super structured features, and then the 90s very laid back and casual look. This is such a good video. Beauty before 1994. Oh my God, Cameron Diaz in those OG movies. Oh my gosh. Totally different. 2000s. Oh, 1990s. 2004. Halle Berry looks the same today. Beauty now. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. This kind of ties a lot into my why everybody kind of looks the same now. If you guys want to watch that, you can go ahead and click the card right here, because I believe that all of these cosmetic procedures just create the same looking face because everyone wants to fit the same mold. Classic beauty looks through the decades. Let's watch. Now, 1950s. The 60s. It's very Sharon Tate. The 70s. I love these kind of videos. I think they're really cool. The 80s. It's so giving 13 going on 30. 90s, we got a brown lip. Hello. The 2000s? '10s, I was like, give me 2016 makeup. So cute. Every era eventually gets dethroned. But the question is, does the era of the Instagram face know that it's starting to fade? And this is why we're seeing a sudden revival of the 90s aesthetic. I mean, we're definitely seeing a resurgence. The thin brows are coming back in. People who spent 5 years microblading their eyebrows and making them all thick are now regretting everything because they want them razor thin again. Did we learn nothing from the over-tweezed tragedies from 1997? My best friend's mom, literally her eyebrows never grew back when she tweezed them too much. That's terrifying. And that super simple 90s makeup look. Brown liner, maybe a quick swipe of mascara, feels really refreshing after a decade of really, really heavy contour. People want to feel natural again, or as natural as we can possibly come across online. The only issue I see compared to all of the different decades of beauty is that moving from the Instagram face is going to be very difficult because so many people have done cosmetic tweakments over the years that have created this face for them. And now that the look isn't just about makeup and it's about cosmetic procedures, people have made very, very permanent decisions. Let's not forget the internet's part. Remember back in the 90s, if somebody wanted bigger lips, maybe they would go and make themselves an appointment at a med spa very quietly. But now you can literally watch your favorite influencer go ahead and get lip fillers on camera in real time and then give you a discount code. So not only is this Instagram face normalized, it's almost expected. Now here's the kicker. I'm noticing a very true revolt. People are starting to dissolve all of their filler and kind of leave that very snatched eyebrow in the past. What about that very famous Chloe Ferry interview where she talks about going and getting her BBL removed and reversing so many of the plastic surgery procedures she's gotten over the years? And she wants to have a more natural look and really feel like she looks like herself. I couldn't believe this. I couldn't believe how much work she had done previously and that she's going back on all of it and taking her audience with her. We love an authentic queen. They're leaning more into the clean girl aesthetic, which is pretty much 2020's version of 90s minimalism, though ironically achieved with 10 different products in order to not look like you're wearing any makeup, right? So basically we're boomeranging right back into less is more. So moving forward, if we keep going with the 90s revival, are we going to see all of these hush boob jobs and maybe like a secret rhinoplasty that nobody ever talks about while publicly claiming that they're all natural? Possibly. Because ironically, the 90s was peak secrecy. So if we want that minimal aesthetic with very little makeup, people might be going completely stealth again. Oh, I'm naturally this slender and my waist is always this snatched. Sure, Cecilia. Yeah, right. But honestly, I feel bad for the Cecilias out there because think about the psychological aspect of all of this. These constant swinging trends really take a toll on our self-esteem, especially for the people who follow the trends. In the 90s, you might flip through a little magazine and feel a little bit insecure, but then you close the magazine and you can keep on trucking. Now you open your phone and you can't help but see 50 influencers with perfect faces and a completely unobtainable body. Then some random article pops up and tells you all about how the beautiful face of last year is out and now it's time to transform again. And it's like, oh, just go like get off social media. Well, it's really not that easy. The FOMO for a regular person is real. All your friends and family are on the app. Like, how am I supposed to send memes to my boyfriend if I'm not on Instagram? And even if you're using social media for friends and family and you just want to sit back and doom scroll, it's so hard to get away from the influencers. Have you ever looked at the Instagram Explore page? I don't even use it, and all it is really hot people. It's exhausting. If you feel like you can't keep up, it's because you literally can't. It's a treadmill that never stops, and it wants you to never stop, so you never stop putting money in other people's pockets.
Okay, so are we allowed to just chill for a minute?
Or do we gotta go and get that 90s nose job or that 2020s fox eye lift? The answer is yes, obviously you can chill. You don't have to do anything to your beautiful little face. But the reality is this is very complicated. Trends truly manipulate how we feel about ourselves, and we start to feel less than if we can't keep up. Especially if you grew up being told that your natural features aren't it. I remember going to my cabin with my dad and like his friend, and he brought his son, and his son was like a year older than me, and I might have been 8, and he told me I was really fat, which I really wasn't at the time. And even if I was, just a horrible thing to say to somebody, and I'll never forget it. Like, just being told that from somebody that doesn't matter, it affected me for the rest of my life. And I can't even imagine if you had a certain level of look to your face that you didn't feel was good enough or wasn't deemed beautiful. Obviously all you would want to do do is like completely change it, because that's stuck with me forever. So if you're out here completely ignoring the IG face or the new trend of the 90s look, then that just might be your version of radical self-love. And that's kind of amazing. I know it's a lot easier said than done, but it is so much easier and more freeing to love and accept yourself exactly as you are, rather than trying to chase trends that change way too quickly. So what's next? Will we see brand new AI generated 3D printed new chiseled jawlines that you can print from home? Will the 90s come back even harder, so we'll all be having brown lips and butterfly clips in our hair in 2026? Maybe. One thing is for certain, trends just never stand still. They morph, they recycle, they vanish, and then they reappear. You definitely do not have to follow every single one as if your life depends on it. So if you're feeling lost today, just wait. Maybe tomorrow the trends will cycle around again, and your natural beauty could be the next blueprint of what is beautiful, which we shouldn't listen to anyway. It's your face and it's your life, and these trends are just not paying your bills. Unless you're an influencer launching your own lip kit or something, then maybe. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and comment down below and let me know what you guys would like to see in the future. I'm sorry if it's echoey. I'm sorry if it looks kind of weird. I'm redoing this entire filming space, getting it repainted and everything. It's just a fiasco. I'm also on that PMS vibe, and I literally wanted to throw a soup can out the damn window today. I was so absolutely angry and PO'd. I was PO'd and I'm still PO'd. That's why I'm a little bit on fire today. If you guys enjoyed today's video, you can go ahead and click here to find out why every single person looks the same nowadays. Come on, we need to be a little bit more individual. Or you can click here to find out why fillers are just not it and they are completely ruining your face. Thank you guys so much for watching. You know, I only make these videos because I love you and I only want the best for you. Have an amazing day or night or whenever you're watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.